All right. Hello, everybody. I want to welcome everybody to today's event. We are very excited to feature Beth Pollock from NB Power, who will be sharing her presentation, Live and Work Smarter with Energy Efficiency Programs in New Brunswick with us today. To those who do not know us, we are Sustainable St. John, and our mission is to create a culture of sustainability in Greater St. John by connecting businesses and individuals to share their knowledge and practices on all things sustainable. And we do this mostly through webinars like today's event. My name is Jerry Irish, and I am Vice President of Sustainable St. John. And on behalf of my fellow board members, I am very excited to introduce Beth Pollock. Now, Beth is a broad-based program delivery manager and marketer of over 25 years experience in delivering innovative programs and services to people of New Brunswick. Beth has worked with MBTEL and Alliant for the past 15 years, marketing and developing internet and digital TV services before moving into the world of energy efficiency over a decade ago. As a senior management of energy efficiency services at New Brunswick, Beth supports a dynamic team of New Brunswick residents and businesses who benefit from energy efficiency. There has never been a more exciting time to be in the energy industry. Energy efficiency programs through Beth help New Brunswick homes and businesses lower their energy bills, reduce maintenance times and costs, and increase comfort and safety and decrease their carbon footprint. Learn how to take advantage of New Brunswick Power's suite of initiatives available to all New Brunswick home and businesses. Now, before we get started, I would like to do just a couple of housekeeping things. Please ensure that your video and microphones are off during the entire presentation. If you have any questions, please use the chat window and we'll address them through the presentation. And we would ask that those who are attending today will use the chat box and will be respectful to everyone who is attending today's events. So Beth, I will bring this over to you.
Great, thanks so much. Thanks, Gerald, I appreciate it. And thank you, Sustainable St. John, for inviting me here today to talk to you about our energy efficiency programs. And thanks to all of you who are in attendance. Oh my gosh, I just saw Eleanor Austin's in the waiting room. One of my old Alliant friends. So there are probably people out there that I do know, so I'll say hello. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm Beth Pollock. I live in Hampton and I've worked in St. John now for since 96. I think I moved here. So exciting community to be a part of, and I'm really happy to be able to share our energy efficiency programs with you today. Hey, Eleanor. So yeah, I am senior manager here at Efficiency Services. I used to be a director at Efficiency New Brunswick. So I'm going to be talking to you about the full suite of programs. So I'm not an expert on any of them. There may be some of my cohorts on the call today, but I'll answer your questions as best I can, and then obviously get back to you if there's further details you need, or you can just reach out to our crew. So today, I thought we're going to talk about. See, I'm on the wrong screen here. We're going to talk a little bit about why energy efficiency and why MB Power is offering energy efficiency. Do a little quick energy efficiency or energy management 101. Talk a little bit about saving energy at home and saving energy at work and saving energy in the community as a whole. And talk a little bit about some of the upcoming training events we have going on. And then hopefully we'll have some time for questions. So why energy efficiency? Well, this group, Sustainable St. John, probably a lot of like-minded people here. Don't have to talk to you about our changing climate and the urgency that we all need to feel in making changes every day to help with greenhouse gas reductions, and energy efficiency is like one of the best ways of doing that. The overall benefits of energy efficiency, though, are diverse. First and foremost, there's financial savings, and that's what a lot of people first think of. Oh, I'm going to save on my energy bill. It also improves comfort. A lot of the case studies that we do after someone's done an energy efficiency upgrade in their home or for their business, they're finding it more comfortable. Heating's more comfortable, lighting is better. It also increases productivity for businesses, businesses who are changing up equipment. It cuts down sometimes on maintenance costs and maintenance processes, having to perhaps for LED lighting, for instance, you don't have to switch them out as often. So, actual savings and savings in the bottom line for costs, but also increased productivity in your businesses. It really stimulates the economy as well. Not only are people investing in new products, new services, and having them installed by local contractors, the money that you actually save and put in your pocket goes also back out into the economy. And there's a great increase in overall GDP when there's increase in spending on energy efficiency. And of course, the jobs of all of those installers, energy advisors, people doing audits, people installing the equipment. Energy efficiency also obviously lessens the impact on the environment. It reduces our greenhouse gas emissions individually and helps contribute to our provincial and national goals. And this kind of gets a little into the why MB Power. It also defers the need for us to build new generation. The more that we reduce our energy load, the longer we can go with our existing generation fleet and don't have to build a new power plant as load grows in the province. And that helps keep our rates at MB Power low and stable for all New Brunswickers. So really, on a whole, energy efficiency, we always like to talk about the win-win-win for energy efficiency. It's a win for customers and residents and businesses in New Brunswick, because it's saving them money and making them more comfortable and profitable. It's a win for the environment, and it's a win for the economy. And just a couple little proof points on how that's happening here in New Brunswick. This is just the investments and impacts on what people are doing with our programs. Tons of people are doing energy efficiency and conservation work without our programs as well. So since April 2015, when Efficiency New Brunswick all moved into MB Power, New Brunswickers have saved $150 million, or will save. They're saving, I guess the word is they're saving $150 million over the lifetime of their energy costs. So if you installed sorry, I'm chilly. I should have turned my heat up. If you install, a heat pump that's going to last a certain number of years, we calculate the savings that you're going to get each year. So that's why it's such a big number. So New Brunswickers are going to be saving $150 million over the lifetimes of their savings. The investments that people have made in energy efficiency products and the greenhouse gas reductions that have been reduced is equivalent to taking 62,000 or almost 63,000 cars off the road. And the overall investment cash into the New Brunswick economy from energy efficiency upgrades is over $100 million. So these numbers are growing. You can actually find these on our saveenergynb.ca website, and we update them on a semi-regular basis, so they're relatively current. So you can see the impacts that you as New Brunswickers are making in these areas. So then the question often is asked, well, why MB Power? Why as a electricity company are you encouraging people to use less of your product? Well, energy efficiency is a cornerstone of our commitment to a vision of a sustainable energy future. And we also have a commitment to being our customers' partner of choice. We want to be there as an energy advisor and really help promote the efficient use of energy in our customers' homes. We, since 2015, we've been offering these programs to all communities in New Brunswick. So Our energy efficiency programs are available to all New Brunswick communities, regardless of who your energy provider is. So St. John Energy, Edmundston Energy, Perth, all of those customers are able to access NB Power programs. And that's been since day one, since April 2015. And then since, I guess it's April 2018, the Climate Action Plan came into place in 2017, the Provincial Climate Action Plan. And in December 2017, we were awarded money from the Low Carbon Economy Fund. So that's a federal fund to help meet the goals of the Pan-Canadian Framework. And NB Power was allotted $50 million over 5 years for energy efficiency programs. So we took our demand side management budget that we have every year to do electricity efficiency, and we added the Low Carbon Economy Fund money to it. Now we've had an extension of that money, not an extension in the amount of money. We still have the 50 million, but we've had an extension that we can spend that till the end of March 2024. So this money is being used to just extend our existing programs to be all fuels. So if you've got a home that heats with oil, you can still come through the residential program, and you'll be able to get the same kind of incentive, but also because you're saving oil, not just electricity. And we've also got some new programs that I'll talk about that we've launched that are just solely Low Carbon Economy Fund money, because they're incremental to what we're already doing. So these programs are then delivered across the whole province. And with that Climate Action Plan in 2017, we were sort of in the Climate Action Plan, it talks about service delivery agents, and NB Power is the service delivery agent for energy efficiency programs across the province. And as such, we need to deliver programs for all fuels, provide access to incentives for all sectors, so residential customers, commercial, industrial, municipalities, everything. And we need to increase awareness and access to those incentives. Just barreling through here. I suppose we're doing questions at the end. So make sure if you do have questions, jot them down or put them in the chat or wherever, so that we can talk about that at the end. So some of the guiding principles around being that service delivery agent for the whole province is that we want to make sure that our programs are, customer focused and customer first. So we're providing energy efficiency incentives that benefit the customer. So, again, NB Power has products and services that they sell and rent. Our energy efficiency programs are neutral, and they provide advice about what's the best thing to do for that customer. So what type of upgrade should that customer do? And according to, energy efficiency kind of guidelines, and the incentives are based on that. Our programs are province-wide, they're fuel agnostic, they're multi-sectoral. And when we're designing programs, really the programs we've had in the market to date are really just based on best practices. We're not the first people to do energy efficiency. Jurisdictions all across Canada and North America have had energy efficiency programs in the market for years. We had Efficiency New Brunswick since 2007 that had base programming. So it's really, important to have kind of the nuts and bolts of basic energy efficiency programs in the market to get that low-hanging fruit. And then as customers mature and there's more need and different levels, then we'll be introducing different types of programming and different types of incentives. Right now, they're pretty mom and pop basic energy efficiency programs. The programs need to be cost effective. Our demand side management budget is scrutinized every year by the EUB, the Energy Utilities Board, and we need to make sure that the investment that we're making in the programs is returning the energy savings that we are anticipating. So that's when we talk about cost effectiveness. There's different cost effectiveness tests, but generally we're talking about the cost of the program, and then cost of the program includes, the cost to run it and the amount of incentives that you're giving and perhaps service providers that you're paying, and then looking at the savings that you're getting from that. And is that cost effectiveness, is it positive? And then we also really like, and especially where we're, a utility across the whole province, we really need to leverage leverage local suppliers, make sure the programs, and actually I don't think that's, the province-wide bullet also means to, equality. We need to provide programs across the whole province. Just because someone lives in Campobello doesn't mean they can't get, an energy evaluation, that sort of thing. They might have to wait a couple weeks if the ferry's off, but we provide the same level of service in all areas of the province and in both languages. So just a little, this is like super basic, and again, I guess I should have had everybody introduce themselves, but I don't know how many people are there. Very, very low level energy, or high level, I don't know which way you want to categorize it, energy management 101. So when we're designing programs and talking about energy efficiency and energy solutions to customers, we really just focus on that energy pyramid. Energy pyramid is energy conservation at the bottom. And that's all about, turning off the lights. Energy conservation is, about not using the energy. And then energy efficiency is, okay, I'm still going to do this work and I still need the lights. So you introduce technology, improve technology to make it more energy efficient. And then finally, after you've kind of conserved everything and gotten rid of the waste, and then invested in new technology to use your energy more efficiently, then you move on to things like renewables, because it is more expensive. You're not going to slap on a whole bunch of solar panels on your roof to only have your basement be leaking energy. So we like to follow the energy pyramid. And when we're making decisions around the types of programs and the types of incentives, we often follow the energy pyramid and encourage our customers to do the same thing. Waste, getting rid of the waste, that's all habits, behaviors, putting on socks, putting on a warmer sweater, turning, and then your energy efficiency is, oh, okay, well, I'm going to heat my house. I want my house to a certain level of warmth. So maybe I'll get a mini split heat pump to do that more efficiently. And then renewables, you're offsetting your energy use by getting a renewable source of energy. So let's jump into saving energy at home. We've got a couple of different programs. The Total Home Energy Savings Program is available to homeowners for your existing home. It offers money back on upgrades from insulation to air sealing, heating systems, and this program will help you lower your energy bills. It'll increase the comfort of your home, and obviously will continue to help the environment. The program is for existing homes, all New Brunswickers, all fuels. Like if you heat your home with oil, you're eligible for this program. It covers things like insulation, air sealing, windows, heat pumps. It's a 2 audit process. So you register for the program. You have initial energy evaluation, which is $99. You can register online at saveenergymb.ca. You then get an energy report, an EnerGuide report that has some recommendations. You do the work, and it's up to you to find your own, contractors and things to do that work. And then you get a final, you have 9 months to do it. There's a final evaluation. That same energy auditor can come back, or a different one, and they'll take a look to see what things you've done. They'll send us the report, and then you'll receive an incentive from MB Power, and as well as your new EnerGuide label for your home. So we get, we've actually had significant uptake in this program. This COVID year has been so crazy. We did suspend registrations last March when COVID first came, but by June we were back up and running and have been running full tilt since then. When one of the zones first went to red, we did suspend home evaluations when they were in red, but since then, even the red zones were continuing to do the work. We've got all of our service organizations are trained. They have their PPE. We do pre-screening. We don't go into a home if someone's got COVID or if they're in self-isolation. So we would just come back in 2 weeks if the risk was too high. But uptake, I mean, everyone knows with COVID this year, a lot of people have been home and are doing more upgrades to their homes. So as such, the program has been very popular and continues to be so. So I encourage you to look into that if you're a homeowner. The average incentive that customers are getting is about $1,300, and we've helped thus far more than 7,000 New Brunswickers. It's this little St. John case study. Katie and William Bell, they're our St. John poster family for the Total Home program. They did insulation upgrades, pellet stove, heat pump, did a bunch of air sealing. Their investment was around $6,900 and their incentive was $3,700. So it depends on the kind of house you live in and the type of upgrades you do. The Total Home program is it's got different levels of incentives for insulation, that sort of thing. You don't really know how much incentive you're going to get until you look at what types of upgrades you want to do. And it's great. There's no cap. So if you live in a really old house and can make huge improvements with insulation, you can get a sizable incentive that will really help you along your way. And it's nice. They've seen a drop in their energy bill, and it just makes a home more cozy. And they recommend the program. So that's the Total Home program. We have a number of other residential programs. We have a new home program, which is similar to the Total Home in the process, and that you register, and then your builder would we would do an energy evaluation on your building plans, and then recommend how you could change those plans to make it more energy efficient. And then there's incentives for how energy efficient that model is, and it's based on the model home, the EnerGuide model home. And there's a net zero incentive, and then there's another incentive for, I think, if you're 50 or 75% better than the model home. We have our low income energy savings program, which is available across the province for customers with limited incomes. The basis of that is a social development program. We get $2 million a year for that, and we have a waiting list of customers. We get that $2 million allows us to do about 400 homes. So we're working through that waiting list, and basically it's the social development income levels, and then we go in, look at the home, we do a home evaluation, same EnerGuide evaluation. We evaluate, we determine what upgrades need to be done. It's just insulation and air sealing. There are no heating equipment any longer for that program. It's insulation and air sealing are really the first things to do to make your home, airtight and efficient. So we focused on that. It's lower cost, and we can get more customers through the program, and then we're not adding the burden of maintenance and whatnot on a heat pump to those customers. So we've really been able to get to more customers with these new changes to the program. And again, that's folks register either generally on the phone for that program. We're getting most people calling in. And then the community outreach program, I'm going to talk a little bit about later. It's free energy efficient kits that we're sending to not-for-profit organizations who have a constituent. This used to be a program that we used volunteers for, and the volunteers would go into the communities and install those measures. We just work with certain not-for-profit organizations who've reached out to us. We've not been at a full-on launch of this program where we've been shouting from the rooftops about it, and I think we're going to be able to do that soon. So that's exciting. With COVID, we've moved to energy efficient kits that we can just deliver, and then the customer installs them. So a lot more ability there. So saving energy at work. every single business in this province is different. We've got everything. We often say commercial, industrial, small, medium business, but every single business is different. We're hoping we're getting to the point where we've got something for everyone. Whether you're upgrading refrigeration or lighting or your heating system or upgrading, processes in your industrial facility, we're hoping our programs can help you identify projects, and then you can start reducing your costs with upgrades. Business benefits, we talk about in general the energy efficiency benefits or benefits of energy efficiency. The program goals align with the program benefits, and really we're here to assist owners and operators to implement energy efficiency projects in order to reduce their consumption. And it also helps produce a healthier and more comfortable workplace. It also increases safety. Have had testimonials of folks that have done lighting projects and whatnot that have really improved the overall safety of their building, perhaps outside. Big D Diner up in Bathurst, they improved their lighting of their drive-in, their burger drive-in, and the waiters and servers all felt more comfortable and safe in their work environments. We've already talked a little bit about the fact that you can save on maintenance costs by installing new and improved equipment, and obviously reducing your carbon footprint. So our business rebate program, this is brand new. This has been a gap in the market since efficiency began in New Brunswick. Since 2007, when we launched our commercial building retrofit program, customers have been asking us, I don't want to do a big audit. I just need a rebate for my lights. I just need a rebate for my equipment. And we've just never been in the position where we had this kind of program is very popular, and there are thousands and thousands of businesses in the province. And once you open up a program like this, it's really hard to regulate. So now with the Low Carbon Economy Fund money, we have the luxury of launching this program and making these rebates available for all businesses across the province. So we're super excited. You earn 25% rebate on approved energy upgrades. Those include lighting, different heating systems, cooling, simple refrigeration, motors. There's a whole list of eligible equipment on the website on saveenergynb.ca. You need to replace existing equipment, and it needs to decrease energy use and result in a reduction of greenhouse gases. So again, the process is simple. It's registration online, and then we look at the you'll do a little pre-approval of the equipment that you want to replace. So you register, do a little scope of work pre-approval, then you go off and get your equipment installed and send us proof of payment, and we send you your incentives. And most of our incentives are all done through direct deposit now. We haven't finessed the e-transfer yet. That's coming, but everything can be done direct deposit, so you get your incentive very, very quickly. So this program has already got, I think, getting up to close to 300 registrations. We soft launched in September and launched it with marketing in January, and there's been ads on the radio this week. You may have heard them. I heard them for the first time on Monday. So yeah, so this is an exciting program. Sure, any business here would be eligible to take advantage of these projects. And again, these are simple one-of kinds of projects that don't need an energy audit. If it starts to get complicated and we need to do some analysis and more modeling, then you move into the other types of programs, the commercial building retrofit program or the industrial program. And so this is for all businesses, whether you're considered a commercial enterprise or a small or medium industrial, all businesses are eligible for the business rebate program. If you're not a house, if you're not a resident, you'd be getting incentives through this program, this business rebate program. So the Bethel Assembly is one of our first registrants through this program. And again, lots of people that never kind of see themselves in our programs. We always had the commercial building retrofit program and we have the residential program, and people don't necessarily see where they fit. And as a church, and we have had a lot of churches come through the other program, but this is a super simple program for, you know, a not-for-profit organization or a church, community organization, any small business to come through. And they wanted to help reduce their energy consumption, and it's made it more comfortable for their congregation. So the Small Business Lighting Program we launched in 2017, and it is a lighting program strictly. So this is an older program, the new Business Rebate Program. A lot of customers are choosing to go through it. That said, if you've got a more comprehensive lighting scheme that you want to do, this program offers a free lighting walkthrough as well, and then would include incentives for controls and different other types of lighting initiatives. So if it's a more complex lighting design that you're going through, this program may be better for you. And we'll work with you. When you contact us, we'll decide which program it's best for you to go through. And when we say best, we mean best for you, like where you're going to get the best incentive. Because sometimes this one might be a more lucrative program for you, and only businesses that use like under 150 kilowatt hours a year, megawatt hours a year are eligible for this program. Yeah, and so it includes like the controls as well as just the lighting. So this program, again, if you contact us and you want to do some lighting, we'll talk to you about both and make sure you've got getting the right program. Again, though, the new business rebate program is quick and easy, and I find we're getting less registrants for this program, which we'll probably morph this into something that fills a different gap now that we've got that new business rebate program running. The commercial building retrofit program. So this is our longtime workhorse for larger buildings, and really it's better for larger buildings because you really have to have a comprehensive energy audit of the whole building. So you want to make sure you're going to have lots of savings opportunities before you invest in that audit. And it really gives you a comprehensive view of your whole building, the whole building system and the ecosystem, and will target the deepest savings for you to undergo. So it includes building envelope measures. So the business rebate program is just for equipment, right? Just like lights, motors, things that are simple that we don't have to do a big audit for to understand the energy savings. The commercial building retrofit program is much more for custom and large comprehensive system upgrades. So if you wanted to do insulation, new roof, curtains, different complex refrigeration, HVAC, all of that work is anything, really any upgrade that you are going to do to your building that results in energy savings is eligible under this commercial building retrofit program. I've got a typo there, sorry. It's up to $100,000 per site that you can get for your incentives, and we do also offer up to 50% off the cost of the energy evaluation up to a certain amount, depending on your building size. And this is really good if you've got a large building and you want a roadmap of all of those different upgrades you could do, then you really want to take the time and get that energy assessment of the whole building. So you're getting you're targeting the most profitable and biggest savings projects first. Oh, so this is a local St. John's success story. I'm going to share this, make sure I'm sharing. Sorry, I'm having technical difficulties. It's getting there. It's getting there. Thank. Can you see the screen? There's someone. There. Is that good?
Yeah, it's playing, Beth.
At Historica, we don't just rent spaces, we rent a certain atmosphere. The bones of these historic buildings we're restoring are incredible canvases to work with. Each building is a unique work of art and has its own character. Blending this character with modern comforts and amenities is what makes renting from Historica so special. Our ultimate goal is to make these buildings viable for the long term and preserve their beauty for future generations. A huge part of that is making them energy efficient. Dollars and cents really matter to developers and investors, so when we learned about the commercial building retrofit program, it was a no-brainer. NB Power gave us financial incentives to complete the initial energy audit, and then over $37,000 for energy efficiency upgrades at our building on Germain Street. These upgrades ultimately lowered our energy bills as well as the energy bills of our tenants. Energy efficiency upgrades also allow us to preserve the character that makes our property so unique. By adding insulation on top of the roof, we were able to keep aesthetic elements like exposed brick and heavy timber ceilings. At Historica, we really do believe that efficiency upgrades are essential to long-term sustainability in the real estate business. These upgrades make our properties more attractive to potential tenants while also improving our retention. It makes us proud to minimize our carbon footprint while also creating a sustainable model that will allow us to do what we love for many years to come. Save energy, save more.
Okay, so that's Historica, obviously, and they've been a great participant for years. They've been bringing their buildings through, and it's great because they, a lot of times when working in older buildings and making modern upgrades, it is a big challenge, and so they've done a great job. We're so lucky. We have such a great city we live in. It's awesome. Oh, hope you've been able to get out and still enjoy a little bit of it. So industrial facilities, we also have incentives, for energy audits and feasibility studies for industrial companies. We have incentives for custom projects, as well as simple equipment upgrades. A lot of the business rebate program we talked about, if you're just doing the simple upgrades, we would put you through that program and you get your 25% off of that. And then we also have incentives for energy management information systems, which are, really working with industrial facilities to work with them on managing their energy every day. So they're identifying areas of energy waste or energy variances, and they target those and track it and use data science and data analytics to really pinpoint how they can tweak and change their processes so that they're optimizing their energy use throughout the facility. So we can help with that. We have incentives for that as well. Just a quick high level on the incentive levels for industry. The energy audits or feasibility studies, if you're a small industry, it's $50 of the cost of the study up to $10,000. If for larger, it's 50% of the study up to $20,000. And then the custom incentives for electricity projects are an X amount, per kilowatt hour, up to 50% of the cost, or up to 75,000. Large industrial, it's up to 300,000, using those same sorts of equations. So we've also just launched we used to do this. We've always done this when we had industrial clients. We've always kind of walked through with them and taken a look at their sites and helped them identify opportunities if they needed help there. But so we've kind of formalized it as a kind of introductory free service that will, when we come out and meet with you on your industrial site, we do this walkthrough. It's quick, easy, free of charge. Help you and us gain an understanding of the site energy use and help you identify low, no cost opportunities and leave you with kind of a little one pager. So it's just a very high level introductory thing. So just to get you on your way. And we've also just started last year. I think we've had a couple of these meetings, the Industrial Leaders Group, Energy Leaders Group. So again, this is on our saveenergymb.ca website, and you can register for any upcoming events. So it just allows you to learn from like-minded industry leaders who are kind of going through the same thing you are at your industrial facility, learn about energy management, and we bring in some speakers and things as well, and really learning from each other with roundtable member discussions. And then we would also do a plant walkthroughs with you as well. So this is another local case study. Lawrenceville Mechanical went through our industrial program for a lighting project. And again, so his testimonial is really around all the different benefits that this lighting project has given them. Before the upgrades, dealing with burnout lighting was an ongoing hassle and costly. They had, you have to bring in these scissor lifts and to change out the lights on a far too often basis. So they were saving energy there, saving money there. They don't have to worry about that. They reduced maintenance times, costs, and they found the working environment to be much improved. They had positive feedback right away. The quality of lighting is better. Welders and machinists are able to see better what they're working on. So it makes it safer, and it improves the end quality of that product. So lots of different benefits of energy efficiency upgrades for Lawrenceville Mechanical. So this is just kind of a catch-all to make sure you are also aware that we have, if you're doing a project that is saving on natural gas, or actually more so if you're looking at saving oil or saving anything really other than electricity, like we're using our demand side management dollars for these large projects, but the Low Carbon Economy Fund we are incenting up to 25% of the project cost. So that is a much larger incentive than has been offered previously. So this is relatively new within the last year. So if you've got an oil saving project that you can identify, it has to be completed by December 31st, 2023. And you would get 25% of the eligible costs. The eligible costs are, purchase, installation, what have you. So this is under the Low Carbon Economy Fund for large custom projects that are saving fuels other than electricity. So, Jeepers, I'm running a little late. I'm just going to quickly tie things up by talking about saving energy in the community. And really, all I have to say about this is our communities are full of homes and businesses and industries. So the programs that I've already talked about are what are available for the community. So as municipalities, they're the only type of building that we're still working on what the program is, but we can still help you get through it, are apartment buildings. But really any other business or building, we have something for you. Because if you own the house, you can go through it. If you rent the house, so renters are still an area where we don't have a lot of options. We're bringing back our product rebate program, which will offer rebates on just basic products, all year round for customers. So, or different times of the year. So we're bringing that back. But if you're a church, you can come through the business rebate program or the commercial building retrofit program. If you're a not-for-profit organization, you come through our one of our business rebate program. All of those, we have something pretty much for everything. And we've been working with the New Brunswick Not-for-Profit Housing Association and St. John Housing. We've got a couple of folks on staff. Michelle Arbo has been working directly with those organizations, and she just works with you, and she just gets your buildings, enrolls them in whatever program they're supposed to be enrolled in, so that you can take advantage of these sets of incentives or get the audit that you need to get. If you're trying to qualify for CHMHC funding or things like that, we make sure you get in the right program with the right audit, so you can qualify for those upgrades as well. And this is our community outreach program. So again, we've created these kits. This is a picture of Hopewell community. that teamed up with the Shepparton Food Bank and distributed 50 energy savings kits along with the food boxes. So these kits have LED light bulbs, night lights, aerators, and air sealing measures, and a power bar. And so we're gearing up to get more of these, so that we will have more for distribution next year. And they're free. Some upcoming training and events. We've got some industrial training coming up next week. That's full, but we may be able to offer, a follow-up. Net Zero Renovators course, February 22nd, 23rd, late March, where we've got an energy leaders group that we're going to be talking about general energy management at. March 8th and 11th and 20th, April 20th to 23rd, there's building science courses, R2000, Energy Star, and Net Zero training. A lot of this is done with the CHBC, and our employee Lauren Lepka does the training. March 23rd to 26th, there's building code training. And then in April, we're going to do some webinars on EMIS. So anybody who's interested in any of these things can just, they can contact me. So I hopefully have some time for questions. And here's my information, my email address, and then our website is saveenergynb.ca, and you can always email smarthabits@nbpower.com. That gets to our team as well. Whew.
Well, that's quite a mouthful, Beth. That was a terrific presentation today, and thank you so much for getting all this information out to everybody who joined us on the event today. I do have a couple of questions. One of the questions is, are you fellows developing programs for people who are at the top of the pyramid? I think the pyramid is a terrific way for people to start and view efficiency by changing our habits first, and then getting the equipment that we need to use electricity efficiently. But how about the crew that are at the very top and they're ready for renewables?
Yeah.
Are you looking at a program to help with solar, and are you looking to match that with battery storage as well?
That's great. Yeah, we've got a pilot going on right now with Smart Grid Atlantic to work with customers with solar and batteries to kind of understand the grid impacts and understand what a home of the future is really going to look like. So that's one aspect of an area we're working on. Our current programs, like our Total Home Energy Savings program and our Commercial Building Retrofit program, those and our industrial programs all consider renewables. So if you were going through the Total Home program and you wanted to get solar, there is an incentive there in that program for solar. Can't remember right off the top of my head. It's like an X amount per kilowatt. So the incentive is there. As for the question about getting a program, like just for the energy leaders who want to like leapfrog and get that, like, yes, it's on our to-do list. Right now because we're still working up the pyramid too, but you're right. we need to get in the middle there to help folks who are ready. So we're not there yet, but it is on our to-do list. I actually had 2 meetings about it today. So hopefully there'll be something. That's
outstanding that you guys are thinking about it, and you're putting it and moving it forward within your interior channels. So that's awesome and good to hear. Another question we had is, do you fellas recommend? Do you have a list of recommended contractors that you work with for some of the home renovations for the different programs?
We don't. Well, we have so. For the home program, we do have a list of recommended heat pump contractors. We used to have a heat pump incentive program, and through that program, we got a list of contractors that, they have to prove that they're licensed, that they've got the HVAC technicians, and that they're doing things, according to the New Brunswick rules. So in the Total Home Energy Savings program, when you're getting a heat pump, we do ask that you use one of those contractors. Anybody's eligible to be one, as long as they're showing us that you're using your Red Seal technicians and that refrigeration certified contractor with the Freon. But as far as like insulation contractors and things, we don't. And again, that's something that we're looking at as to whether they're recommended or just trying to be that community connector, right? Not wanting to recommend one over another, but making it easier. Like I'm the first person like to go through, like you don't even go through the phone book anymore. Like that's a big hurdle. It's a big hurdle for customers going from having that energy audit to then, okay, who do I call? Who's going to help me? So again, that's another gap that we're looking to fill. I don't know if it'll be next year or when, but it's certainly something that we are always thinking about is the next stage of the program. How do we help, be that kind of concierge or extra service or something to help people make that decision to get to the next step, because it's a barrier that we would want to remove.
Yeah, and that's perfect, because people, people will be looking for, help in choosing companies, one, that are local, and two, that will be able to do a good job for us, for sure.
Yeah, there's some places that have, some jurisdictions have other people that chime in. It's like, oh yeah, I used this guy for my installation and they were great, so you can rely on word of mouth or what have you to
Yeah, that's awesome. We have another question is, do you fellas work with other provinces and share ideas? And what have you fellas learned from programs in other provinces?
Yeah, we work with Efficiency Nova Scotia quite often. And we work also with provinces across Canada, as well as we use resources like eSource a lot, which is they have all sorts of utility information and what's been successful in different provinces or states. But yeah, like our Total Home Energy Savings Program, we used to have a comprehensive program like that at Efficiency New Brunswick, and then we changed it. And then when we wanted to launch it again, we went to Efficiency Nova Scotia and just borrowed a lot of what they were doing, because it's also the same contractors in a lot of cases, right? They have the same type of program. So the energy advisors work in Nova Scotia and in New Brunswick. So we try to learn from other provinces and use what they have when it makes sense. And then other times we're also different provinces. We have different energy makeup, different electricity goals. Like, so sometimes the objectives are different sometimes in the provinces. So that might drive different changes as to why one province would be different from another. But yeah, we like to borrow and take what works elsewhere and bring it here.
That's awesome. And are there any programs or any type of items that you and your team are looking to implement in the future?
Yeah, we're hoping to bring one that's been on the books for a while that we're hoping to launch, and it's not guaranteed it will come, but is new construction. So new construction for commercial buildings. So we're hoping to be able to bring that back into the market with for help for builders. And then also the product rebate program for residential. So we used to have a program that incented products in store. In the spring and the fall, you'd be able to go in and get a rebate on light bulbs or shower heads and things like that. And then we've also had mail-in rebates on things like refrigerators. So we're looking at a products program that will come back at some point next year. It will be in-store rebates or email us your receipts, maybe an online marketplace, that's a maybe.
Cool.
But we're looking at all those kinds of things and so that it would be accessible to everybody. We had to take it out of the market because, we had to stop incenting LED light bulbs, and that was the bulk of the program. Because sorry, we're not going to give you money for LED light bulbs anymore. Commercial buildings are different. You know, that is still a legitimate upgrade. We are going to help you with your lighting, but in a home, that's all you're going to go and buy. So our incentives are used to bring you to the next level.
Right.
Not so. So yeah, we had to redesign the program and had some financial limitations that year also when we stopped it. So we just said, okay, we had met all our goals for the program early that year. So we just stopped it and are taking some time to redesign and reevaluate. So at some point in 21, 22, we should have a new program.
Well, it's something to look forward to for sure.
Yeah.
That's awesome. The one of the other questions we had is, do schools fall under commercial buildings?
If it was so they would fall under, commercial and institutional. In the past, schools weren't eligible for our programs, like provincial schools, but they are now. So they are. So a school is eligible for our programs, and private schools definitely would be eligible.
Right. Oh, that's perfect.
Mm-hmm. And that's new. That's almost hot off the press. I don't know if that's ever even been publicly stated.
Well, that's awesome. I like to collect a scoop on Sustainable St. John.
Now, the DTI, all the schools, they would probably will have sort of a cap for them, right? They're able to participate, but can't bring all their buildings in the same year.
Of course, yeah.
That'd be left. Nobody would have any money left for little old St. John businesses.
That's right. That's right. Well, that's awesome. Well, that's the end of our questions, and I would like to take the last couple of seconds here of the event just to thank you, of course, Brenda, and I would like to. Beth. Sorry. I'd like to thank you very much, Beth, for presenting for us today. And I thought it was a great presentation. Great job today. Thank you so much. A lot of great information. On the screen, you can see where you can get information on these programs, and any other questions or anything else that you can bring to Beth, of course. And I'd also like to encourage everyone to look for our next event, which will be C2 Solar project in New Brunswick. That presentation will be put off by Fraser Forsyth. So we look forward to that. So again, from Sustainable St. John and my team and everyone here, we'd like to thank Beth. Beth, thank you so much for a great presentation. And, we hope you have a great day. Thanks for all the great work.
Thanks, everybody.